Hello everybody, and welcome to my shop. I just wanted to talk today about how you can be able to archery hunt and not break the bank doing it. Done it for years, and it can be done without going broke in the process or having the most expensive top of the line equipment. Alright, for the last 12 years or so I have shot an alpine archery bow. It's the Alpine Frontier. I shot it for, like I say, 12 years. Not a real expensive bow. I think I paid $500 for it. Brand new. Package deal. It fit me good at the time. Shot nice. And I've harvested numerous animals with it. Been very successful. And it's a good little bow for cheap. Package stuff deal, but $500 is what I paid for it. Harvested many animals, and I was fortunate enough a couple years ago to get a real nice bull with it. But I've moved on. Bought a new bow this year. I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, most important thing is knowing your equipment, being efficient with your equipment, and being efficient is extremely important. This bow, I wouldn't shoot more than 50 yards if I absolutely had to, in the wide open. Just because I know the bow isn't the fastest bow, wasn't the quietest bow, but it got the job done and cheap. Okay, and arrows. I shoot Carbon Express Terminators. 29-inch, I think $50 a half dozen. Relatively cheap. Broadheads, I use a little more expensive broadheads. I shoot a Muzzy 3-blade, 100 grain, extremely tough, extremely sharp. I'm sure there's other broadheads that are just as good, but this is what I've used for years. This is what I'm comfortable with. That's probably what I will always use. They're really strong, go through shoulders if absolutely necessary. Preferably not, but they will go through a shoulder. And very good broadheads. They're a little more expensive. I think $50 for 6 or something like that. 34 for 3 or something like that. Relatively expensive, but not horrible. Calls. I use Primo's calls just because that's what I've used for years, 20 some odd years. Primo's calls. I use the Hyperlip, the Hoochie Mama, and the Cowgirl. And then of course my diaphragm call. That's what I use, Primos. Terminator Bugle, Primos. Release, I don't even know what kind of release this is. There's no brand on it, I don't even remember. I think it's some True Fire thing I bought years and years ago, cheap. But it works. I've used it for years, I'm comfortable with it, and it works. This year, my new bow this year, I bought $800, I think. It is an Obsession bow. It is the Fixation 7M. Very nice bow. Fits me really well. I think the IBO is like 345. It's very comfortable bow. I'm really excited to use it this year hunting. Super nice. I like it, and like I say, $800. Not a real common name, I don't think, but I did a lot of research on it, and it seems to be a good bow especially for the money. I'm real excited about it. Got it dialed into 65 yards. I think it'll do the job at 65. It's pretty fast, pretty quiet. As far as scouting, I use Wild Game Innovation game cameras. Not real expensive, but take really good pictures, really good videos, good battery life, easy to use, super simple, and really good. They work really well. And really, that's it for as far as the hunting part of it, other than the pack. And I bought this pack at a yard sale. It's an Allen, just a simple little day pack type thing. Got tons of pockets, got my knives, bags, all kinds of lamps, headlamps, flashlights, all that in there. Super cheap, bought it at a yard sale, 15 bucks. Packing an animal out. I have an ancient frame pack. Old, bought it at a yard sale, 5 bucks. Not real comfortable, not the greatest thing in the world, but it will pack an animal. And it's cheap. Super simple. Had a few questions though. Bought this year. It's the Hex Stealth Screen. I'm just curious if anybody has used this, what your opinion of it is. I'm really excited to use it this year. These are, I don't remember, a little over 100 bucks for the suit. But watched a lot of videos, did a lot of research on them just to see what they were all about, and I'm really excited to use this year. Hopefully it works like they say it does. We'll find out. But leave in the comments if you've used them, have them, what your opinion is. I'd really appreciate it. And like I say, thanks for watching. You can do this super cheap. I mean, the bows nowadays are getting pretty expensive. I mean, 800 bucks to me is a lot of money. That's why I've hunted with this one for 12, 13 years, whatever it is, and it's done me really well. And that was 500 bucks. You can do it. And, I mean, you can buy them all the time. Yard sales. Simple, cheap. Just something to get started, something to get out in the woods, something to do it. You know, get out and hunt. Especially archery hunting. That's my passion, archery hunting. I do rifle hunt for buck a lot, but I do a lot of archery hunting for bucks too. But archery is my passion, and like I say, you can do it really cheap. You don't have to have the most expensive stuff. $800 bow to me was a fortune. I mean, a new Hoyt, new Matthews, those things are, what, 1,500 bucks. I can't spend that kind of money on one. 800 bucks was more than enough for me. I was happy to buy it. About time for a new bow. 12 years of that old Alpine. It's time to retire it. But still, at $800 is cheap nowadays for a bow to be able to go out and hunt for a brand new bow. Arrows, like I say, same thing. Carbon Express, Terminators, they're not expensive, but they will get the job done. I'll show you. You can be successful being cheap, in my opinion, because I'm pretty cheap, but I'm relatively successful also. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.